Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can hear me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Asajunipi and welcome to my channel. Basically, today, I wanted to talk something more important because I think God saved my life. Yes, just today, God saved my life. Sometimes we don't know that God exists. Like me, I'm atheist. I usually say God doesn't exist because I see God like some interstellar something, you understand, like aliens. I still do believe, but I still kind of like confused. But I must admit today that whatever is a God, whatever you call your God, whatever I decide is my God, whatever everybody decide that is a God to he or her, if he doesn't believe also like me then and maybe now, fine. But I'm saying God or heaven or whatever or even nature saved my life. Some people are very wicked. Normally, I don't do this kind of video. If you know my channel, you know that my channel is all about interviewing people. I'm not in that field of doing a apocalyptic video or even gossiping video. I don't do that. But I felt that is a need for me to bring this to awareness. Don't trust anybody. Don't trust everybody. Trust only yourself, maybe your family, which your wife or your kids, to some certain extent. Why I say some certain extent, if your wife is there for you, you know this woman is there for you, trust her. The same for a woman. If your husband is there for you, you know that whatever happens, your husband will get your back covered, trust her. Because I was confused now, I don't know what to say and how will I address this issue. Because normally I don't bring my family to public because I don't have a family issue. But I felt that this have to bring in domain in public so that others will learn. Especially if you are a rising star, you know that you are going to be a rising star. Because one thing we don't know, if you are a rising star, surely you will know that you are a rising star. Even when you don't have a money, you know that you are a rising star. So if you are a rising star, always know this: trust nobody. From the get-go, trust nobody. So my story goes like this. It will be longer, I don't care, but I want to tell you why you should not trust anybody if you are a rising star. Because there is a demonic power over there, everywhere, trying to take your power, your talent, to become somebody. I'm not a preacher. I don't do preacher things. Oh, forgive me. I don't do preacher. I'm not a pastor. I don't do those kind of things. No, I don't do that. But something prompted me to do this video today. Normally, what I do is that I went around, asked people about how is Europe, or maybe I do my comedy, because I do comedy. But this time around, I'm very serious. I'm very serious. Let me give you a tip. If somebody comes to you, say, my brother, please give me your cloth, because he will give you some certain reasons, and this person never asked you this kind of thing before. He wasn't your tight friend. He was, even if he's your tight friend, but he wasn't your tight friend. And come on, you with this person, you don't play along. Or suddenly this guy will come and say, oh, please give me your cloth. Let me take and go somewhere and somewhere and somewhere. You have to be careful. You have to be careful, because these days what they do is that they will take your cloth, they will go some certain place just to take your destiny and destroy you. Before, I don't believe in superficials, all these supernatural things, all these occultic things. I don't believe on that. But they do exist. Hello? They do exist. So you have to be careful. They do exist. If somebody asks you, my friend, please, and this person never asked you money before, and you know that this person is more better than you, this person is more richer than you, this person has everything that you can think of, he will now approach you, not in a skit way or maybe in a trying time way. He just generally approach you seriously, asking you to fund him, to give him some certain amount of little money just for him to go and do some useless things that will affect your destiny, because this person knows that your destiny is going to rise more than him. Please be careful. Don't give your money anyhow. If anybody approaches you, I'm telling you, because this is something that I encountered today. If anybody approaches you, maybe your neighbor, or maybe your relatives that you know that things don't go well with you and them, approaches you and say, please, can you give me your peace? Hey, look, I'm smoking and drinking and I have a problem where I'm working. If I went to my test with my peace, they will sack me for work. Hello? And you know that this person is living where? He's working for this place for many years, 6 years, 10 years, 15 years, and nothing happens to him. And suddenly he went to you and said, please, can you give me your peace because I wanted to use it to make a test. Kind of like cover up, so that the company will not know that I'm smoking and drinking. Hello? Don't do that. Don't do that. Because what I'm seeing, those people, they will take your peace. When they take it, they will take it to Babalawo, they will take it to native doctor, they will take it for Dibia, they will take it for whatever you know spiritually. They will use it to take your destiny. Hello, are you hearing me? They will take it to take your destiny. I'm serious about this. I don't care if this video is 10, 15, 20 minutes, but whoever will listen to this video will learn something from it. If your neighbor, that your neighbor that you know that things are not going well with you and him, he will come to you and say, please, can you give me your peace? I mean, it was unbelievable for me. I couldn't still yet process it. I'm still processing this. I mean, this guy, we don't talk much. Yeah, we can greet. We have that, just hello, we are neighbors. Or maybe you are my landlord, I pay you money. I pay you $600, just for one room. Then at the end of the day, you will now come to me asking for my peace to use it to do your test of cover up. I was like, is it a joke? Are you serious? But think of it this way. I don't know if he's serious that he wanted to use it to do a cover up. But we are not a friend. We never speak before. We don't have that mutual relationship and trust. Even when we do, why will I do something like that for you? You take 600 euros for one room for me. If you are living in Europe, you know what 600 euros means? I pay you 600 euros just for one room. Then at the end of the day, you will now come and say, I should give you my peace also. You know what is peace? In Africa, if you are an African man, you should understand what is peace mean. Even if you are an European person, I don't think any European guy can just take in peace and give to his best friend without knowing the ending outcome. Are you going to use it for scientific research? If you are going to use it for scientific research, there must be empirical or empirical fact. Let me say empirical fact, because right now I'm still processing this. So if anybody come and ask you, please, can you give me small blood? Not that you are donating the blood to the hospital. You are not doing it. If you are going to donate to the hospital, that is fine. But if a friend comes to you, can you please give me a drop of blood because I wanted to use it to do a test to cover up in the hospital? Tell the person 100% no. They are going to use it, especially black to black, African to African man. They are going to use it for ritual. If anybody comes to you and asks you, please, and especially person you don't go along with, come to you and ask you, please, can you give me your peace? You understand? Your peace. I mean, I'm talking to you now. Your peace for he or she to take to somewhere for test, because they lie a lot. Say no. Now, here is the thing. This guy, me with this guy, we don't go along. No, we don't go along because I'm a conservative person. I like to, deal within my conveying. I like to be within myself. I respect myself a lot. I don't like to go around, started talking to people, disturbing people. No, I don't do that. I have my wife at my side. I have my kids at my side. I'm okay. So basically, this guy rent house from him. I don't need anything from him. I just wanted my peace. Okay, I just need to be calm, chill. Okay, without disturbance. But I know these guys, they keep giving me problem because before I have a house, but something happened which is not my fault. Okay, but I'm still processing it because why? We are the victim on that case, but yet I let it go. I let bygone be by the gone. So at the end of the day, this guy will now just come again after disturbing me and my family. You know, after just there was a time he tried to kick me out. I was like, whoa, I'm paying you 600 euro for one room, which should be like 300 euro. But to find room, you know, is hard. So I was like, what is going on? I have to essentially go to my knee to beg this guy, please don't take my kids and my wives out of the premises. He was like a king, because you know, if you are a tenant in a tenant, you are nobody. Even when you have the right. I mean, you are a human being. You are paying. You are paying to be there. It's not a help. But come on, I try to swallow my pride because I know a good day will come. I mean, I'm a man. I struggle for my family and my wife to be okay. But what I don't like and I can't take and which is I find it, I'm still processing it. That's why I want you, if you are watching this video, pay a little more attention to kind of people you rent house in their place. Even when you don't have option. Yeah, do rent, because you know house is scarce in Europe. But when you do rent the house, be very careful not to give them that inch of space where they will be asking you a lot of things. Because this guy started with, please can you help us with a salt? Please can you help us with a mangi? Please can you help us with a cup? And come on, for Christ's sake, you are the landlord. I just took a one room from you because I have some emergency issue which I needed to tidy up before I can be able to go for the full house, which I'm working on it. But yet this guy come again now. He was like, please can you give me your peace? And you know, if you are African man, if you are an African man, you understand what is peace. So if an African man just approach to you and say, please can you give me your peace, and this guy you don't go along with him because he overcharged you for the renting, which you give him 600 for just one room, and you are still managing processing it, trying to gather your life and take your own apartment, trying to be yourself. Some Africans are very wicked in Europe. That's why when I'm interviewing them, I wanted to know their perspective. Basically, I was still asking them now, are you a landlord inside the landlord? Or are you a tenant inside tenant? I don't know. Because some Africans are tenant inside tenant. Come on, if a white person lends you house or he wanted to help you, he will tell you, did you want to rent one room? This is how much you will pay. He will pay tax and the rest. He will not overcharge you. African man does that. On top of that, when they see your talent is bright, they will try to take it from you. Come on. I don't know this guy. Literally, I don't know him. I just rented house for my wife and my family to be okay. Okay? Now, what is the case? Now I'm waiting for me to take a bigger house. And that's why I told you, don't give anything to anybody. If you are living in Europe, yeah, you can go outside. You see person that need help, you can just help the person. It's okay, it's fine. You can help people. But don't go and started giving your things to those who ask you, knowingly that those people can afford it. Because they wanted to use it in a spiritual way. I'm not a spiritual somebody, but I believe in nature. But when I see that there's something in the upper realm trying to go wrong, I have to come and speak it out. These guys, they need my peace for ritualists, essentially. Because, come on, who will believe that the company you are working for years, you are using different peace, doing the testing and giving them the result, and they will be okay with it? In Europe, it's impossible. No, it's impossible. You can't work in Europe for one company for many years. Sure, you understand me? You can't work in Europe for the same company for many years, using different people piece to do tests just to cover up because you say you are smoking and you are drinking. For Christ's sake, who send you to smoke? Who send you to drink? Me, I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I'm against all these things. But yet again, let's even assume that you do smoke, you do drink, as you said, which I know you smoke, you drink, but let's assume that you wanted to use my piece to cover up. Did you know that if the government found out, I will be in trouble? So I can't do that kind of thing, donating my piece for you to cover your shit up. Because if you know that you wanted to work in a big company, you should not smoke and drink, knowing that European country has a law. When you are smoking and drinking and you are working in a big company, it can cause damage to them. It can cause damage to them for their reputation. So they have to defend their reputation. For me, I don't do that. So this guy was like, he called me, please, after he was messing me up, trying to kick me out, and I giving you 600 for just one room. He called me and said, please, can you give me your piece so that I can go and donate in hospital? I was like, what is going on? What is going on? Because essentially, I don't know what you are talking about. So I was like, okay, let me go and process the whole thing. When I process the whole thing, then I'll come and give you the answer. But within my mind, I know that I can't do that because this guy is very essentially mad. Come on. Come on. So what I'm trying to tell you guys, if anybody requested you to give him your piece, your blood, to do one or two things, especially black to black, African to Africa, don't do that. Don't do that. Because I find it so boring. Come on. I don't do family video because this video is for this my neighbor. Landlord I should call, tenant inside tenant. So I don't do that kind of thing. He come to me now, I'm trying to, like, I should give him my piece. And I asked him, for what? What? For what? Are you serious for it? He said, like, I wanted to use it to do testing and cover myself. I asked him that, for how long have you been working in this company? He said, like 6 years. You have life contract, yes. Then, if you are working 6 years in this company and you have life contract, how did you manage? Because you do test every year. How did you manage to cover your shit up? He said, like, he went around and asked for his friends. The friends will now donate the piece for him to go and use and do the test. And also they will take him blood. Only God knows where he get the blood that he's giving them to. But I don't believe in that story, okay? I don't believe in that story because I believe that this guy is lying to me. He wanted to use my piece for ritual. So be careful who you give your piece. Because these guys are blood suckers. Most of them in Europe, they are blood suckers. Honestly. I'm pissed off. So once again, my name is Asajunipi and welcome to this episode. I love you so much. Peace.